All right, I'll get it right in a second. Man, I had to get this audio correct. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Hope everybody doing all right and everything. Shout out to y'all. Yes, indeed, we are in the midst of a bye week. The players are on a I thought they were going to take a break, and I was looking at Coach Prime message to the team, and I was like, okay, they are taking a break, so that's good. They get to take a little bit of break, and yeah, man, and recharge their battery and everything like that. So that's always a good thing. That's not a minus, that's a plus. How's everybody? What's going on? With Shiny King, that's your name? What's going on with you? You said better bet on CU money line. Oh, I've already done that. I've already bet on them already. I've already done it. I've already got money on the game already, and I'm fully expecting them to beat UCLA. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I fully expect them to pull that out and have no problems at all. But before I do that, let's see what I like this message that Coach Prime gave to the team. I want to listen to that. He was pretty much telling them, you got to stay out of trouble. And there's a lot of distractions out there. And he said, no means no. I like that he give them that speech so that they can have it fresh in their mind before they go on a little bit of a vacation. Especially there's a lot of people out here that's looking to, that's on the take. I'm not one of them. I'm not on the take. I just kind of make videos and, put the videos out there and give my own opinion. I'm just watching them just like everybody else. But it's just the only difference between me. I just get on the video and just give my opinion. That's the only difference between me and the people in the comment section. That's the only difference. Normally, I'm in the comment section when I'm watching videos like this, and I just give my opinions. Everybody have an opinion on it. But for some reason, my opinion is rubbing people the wrong way. I even got threatened, actually. And I'm like, how do I get threatened for just putting up a simple video that I thought was funny, even though I took the video down because I offended somebody? And this is not a regular person I offended. This is not like a regular viewer. This is somebody probably close to the team. And they sent me an email. They hit me up on Instagram, and they left a comment under that particular video. I said, okay, so if it rubs people the wrong way, I was just trying to be funny. I don't take this stuff seriously. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now for me to take this seriously. This is just a healthy distraction from what's going on in the regular world. That's why if you ever notice, why do some people get close to players? Like, when Kobe died, when Kobe passed away, there was a lot of people in the streets of LA when he passed away. You ever thought about that? Why is people so close to athletes? They're just like you and me. The reason being is because they're entertainers. We get to watch Lakers games and take you away from your problems just for a small period of time. And being that he played with the Lakers for so long, people felt a connection. That's all it is. They're entertainers. It's a healthy distraction from what's going on in the world. And if you like watching games, that's just all it is. And that's all Colorado is to me. Like, it's a healthy distraction. I like being that Coach Prime is there. I like following it. But me, of all people, I don't mean anything that I say maliciously. Somebody took it that way, though. Somebody did. And if you see the whole video, you could tell in that short clip, I had put a clip of Westbrook. You remember he was like, bruh, or whatever. What are y'all talking about? that's what I pretty much was doing. I wasn't agreeing with the person that I had depicted in the video. I wasn't agreeing at all. That's why I put Westbrook in there to say, I don't know what the hell this man's talking about. And I made it so it could be funny. But somebody took that up. Somebody got really offended by that. And they made a threat. And if I get it one more time, I'm going to put you on the Summer Jam screen to let everybody know who it was. But for, I just make video. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's something about me that rub people the wrong way. It got to be my voice. Because usually that's why I showed my face today. Because I want this person to know I didn't mean anything by it, whoever it was. Didn't mean anything by that. But to make idle threats, that's one thing. You don't have to go that far. But I'm like, what is it about me that rub people the wrong way? It got to be my voice. Somebody told me that. Like, I don't have the ability to speak lightly. I don't. I can't speak light. I can't be like, hey, they played very, it wasn't the players. It was the reason why they lost the game. It was because of the coaches. That might come off a little differently than me just talking in my regular voice. Now, if I say it like that in my regular voice, it's going to rub people the wrong way. I don't know why. And it's just the way I talk, man. And, somebody has said that to me, like, yeah, you're going to rub people the wrong way, but so what? Yeah, so what? But I'm just letting you know, like, why I make these videos. I feel like I got to give a disclaimer every time I get on here. I got to give a disclaimer. Like, don't take anything that I say seriously. If I say the coaches suck, that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that they suck. It's just my opinion, and yeah, that is, that could rub people the wrong way when I say that. How they lost this game, the previous game, that was coaches. And I backed up my stance. I said it was poor management of the time. When you up by that much, you like to run the ball to run the clock. Everybody knows that. I played high school football. We learned that early on. You don't have to play college football to know that. That's how you slow the time. Is you run the ball. And they did run the ball. Hankerson was doing very well. But they, for whatever reason, they wanted to keep scoring. I don't know if it's to pad the stats, but it didn't work. And that's a fact that everybody saw that. And but it's like when I say it, I'm not the only vlogger that had pointed that out. It was another guy. I'm not going to say his name because I'm on this island on my own right now. I'm just addressing it. It was another vlogger. He really went in after the game. He really did. But his voice is lighter than mine. When I say it, it hits your soul when I say it. Because it's like I have a very authoritative voice. But I can't help it. I cannot help it, man. But I don't mean anything by it. But somebody be watching my videos. Somebody got really, really, really pissed, man. So then somebody was telling me like, yo, Max, people be watching you on the low, yo. I'm sure they do. Because, they're human. They're going to watch. If you put out a video and it's about them, they might watch it. It's like they're not up here to where they don't watch videos. Of course they do. Of course they do. Because I know I would. I'm like, okay, what are they saying about me? Let me take a look. I would take it with a grain of salt, though. When you put yourself in these platforms, you open yourself up for critique. I'm no different. It just levels to it. Like some people are more known than others, but it's just, it's levels to it. You know what I mean? It's not to be taken, seriously. When we're vloggers, we matter though. The vloggers do matter because, even the mainstream media was starting to attack the vloggers and people that are following this program saying that we're bandwagon fans. That's okay if you want to call me a bandwagon fan. And then some people say, well, you're what they call it? You're a bandwagon channel. You just created this channel for clout. No, Miss VS is in here right now. It's a personal friend of mine. She's in the chat right now. I've been doing this for I've been vlogging because I got multiple pages, just y'all don't know about it. I got like 50,000 subscribers on Twitter, but that's connected to another brand. I leave these brands separate. Like when I'm doing I just created this channel, that's correct, but I'm not new to this though. I just have other channels, like I got other niches that I do that nobody even know about, because you don't have to know about it. The only way you're gonna find me, unless you're into what I'm talking about, that's the only way you're gonna find me. Just for example, I'm started covering Colorado. None of my friends know I do this, really. None of my coworkers, nobody, but they found me organically because they were interested in the Dion thing and my video came up. I had somebody today was like, I didn't know you do YouTube. I said, I've been doing YouTube. They was like, how long? Like 9 years. They was like, why didn't you tell nobody? Who cares? Like, I don't have to tell anybody. I do this as a hobby. But I have showed people how to create channels. Ms. VS is one of them. She's in here right now. Her channel is popping, yo. She got an international channel. It's popping. And so that's what I do. I do this as a hobby. And the reason why I started doing this is to learn how to do public speaking. That's one of the classes I skipped in college. But even though I had to take the course to graduate. But then when I realized once I took the course, it was easy as fuck. It's an easy A. That was easy. That was the easiest A I've ever received. So then I said, okay, in order to combat and attack my fear of public speaking, I started making YouTube videos. That was years ago though, just to get over it. And then since then I had did speaking engagements off social media. And it was part of being that whole Big Brother society. You know, we'll have like engagements and dinners and stuff, and occasionally I had to get up and speak. So I overcame that, and it was because of making YouTube videos. It's not easy at first making videos in front of the camera because you don't know who's watching you. But the more and more you make videos, it get easier, and you know how to deal with the comments. I do respond to comments, but I don't respond to the negative ones. I don't like giving trolls or hate the light of day. And I do recommend people, if you like to start YouTube, you can start it at any time. And here's the caveat though. You will get monetized quicker if you niche it down. If you niche your channel down to one topic. That is the thing on YouTube. And they make it easier for you to do it. You just got to know how to do it. You got to know a little something about SEO. That's pretty much it. So that's for people that don't know me, but a lot of people do in other channels that I do. And I just created 3 more. And they're doing good too. I just created one a week ago. And I'm damn near close to being monetized already. So this is just another page. And the reason why I created this page is because of Coach Prime. He was following him at Jackson State. And then he made the announcement. I just have to say this again. I said it before, but I just have to say why I'm doing it. He decided that he was going to take the head coaching job at Colorado. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to follow it because it's a historic moment in time. First HBCU coach to coach at Power 5. So I thought that was cool. And I thought he was going to do well. I knew he was going to do well. And currently they did lose some games. Let me tell you this. If he don't win another game this season, he's still doing well. You know why? The UCLA game is sold out. It's sold out. It doesn't matter if they lose and everybody want to see him. So it's a success any way you look at it. But of course he want to win. He want to be bowl eligible, which I think he is going to be bowl eligible. That's not a problem. I think he is going to do it. They're going to win. They got to win at least 2 more games. And then somebody laugh, oh, what a big deal. They're bowl eligible. No, it's a success because last year they were 1-11. And let's just say if he went out, if they went out, they win the rest of their games right now. He's coach of the year. Hands down. He's already on the Coach of the Year watch list. If he wins out and they go undefeated and win all 5 games, he's Coach of the Year, hands down. I don't even have to wait for the announcement. He's Coach of the Year. Even if they don't give it to him, he's Coach of the Year. Because he's more than just a coach, and we're going to see from this speech he gave to the team. We're going to see this. He's already Coach of the Year already. It doesn't matter about the record or anything like that. I think he genuinely care about these young men well-being. And you're going to hear it in his speech. I know you probably already seen it, but I'm going to play it anyway. So I just said all of that just to say I don't mean any harm. And if I offend people, you gotta say to yourself, did I really offend you? Or we just got differences of opinion? But I don't offend nobody. I don't see how I can, talking about sports. But apparently I do. But I'm gonna just say something. If you reach out to me on Instagram for a conversation, I'm gonna block you. I'm not there to have a conversation with anybody. Now, if you hit me up, you got video ideas or you got news stories and stuff like that, then I'm up for it. But I'm not trying to talk to anybody because I don't know you. So if I don't know you, I don't know what your plans are to talk to me. And if you want to collaborate and stuff like that, I'm up for that. I reached out to a few people. I reached out to a couple of people to collaborate. I have not gotten a response. So I'm not asking anybody to collaborate. Now, if you reach out to me to collaborate, then I'll do it. So yeah. But yeah, I don't have a lot of time for the foolishness. I just get on here and talk, give my opinion, and I'm back in the world again, meaning I'm offline. So yeah, man, don't take this to heart. But I like to treat this like a barbershop conversation. We're gonna disagree, that's fine. But just keep it at that, you know. People real strong, man. Because I was like, man, do you think Shedeur can win the Heisman Trophy? They're like, no, he can't win the Heisman Trophy. You bandwagon fan. He can't. Yes, he can win the Heisman Trophy still. Yes, he can. Because he's leading the nation in passing yards. And if they win out, I'm talking about the last 5 games. If they win out undefeated, and he just ball out of control, yeah, he might be a Heisman finalist even still. They've already talking about him saying that he's an NFL caliber quarterback. Why would they say he's an NFL caliber quarterback? Because he is. It's just that some people, I understand that you don't like Prime in this position. I get it. But we just giving our opinion. I never said I know the man. I don't treat him like a god or anything like that. If they're doing something wrong, I'm going to point it out. Even though it hurts me when I do it because some people get offended and I get attacked. Case in point, somebody said, if you make another video like that about us again, they've slipped and said us. You make another video about that again, I'm going to have your channel deleted. They said it, but they slipped and said us. Because I showed a few people that they had a Freudian slip. So I don't know who it was though, because they used a what do you call it? They used a burner account. So I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, fuck, man. Everybody is making videos talking about the loss and everything. But we moving on because they playing UCLA next. They're playing UCLA. It is what it is, that loss now. It is what it is. They lost focus. But the main thing is, if you go look at that game, it's kind of weird. Because if you look at it, the players were still playing. They were playing hard. If you go look at that game one more time, it didn't seem like they changed from the first quarter to the second. But what happened was the other team, they made adjustments. And they started exploiting a certain area of that secondary. That's why Coach Prime said the secondary could have played better. We had some problems in the secondary. Because they picked a point in the secondary and they started exploiting it. That's what they started doing. and they started exploiting the secondary, and Colorado didn't make any adjustments. Their adjustments were off. They didn't make any adjustments. This is just my humble opinion. They got outcoached. That's my humble opinion. And I'm sorry if that offends people, but it's probably a troll that did that. And, but they were dead on though, because I did get a video flag, but I won the, what do you call it? I won the appeal. You know what they flagged me for? Hate speech. They flagged me for hate speech on the last live that I did. I got flagged twice, but it was frivolous. So it didn't take much for me to win it. I just disputed it. And then, it was lifted immediately. But what happens is, I'm not going to tell you what happens when people do that, but that's some technical stuff that I don't want to get into with YouTube. Content creators know though. But yeah, I'm like, damn, yo, just because I said I was kind of strong in my opinions. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said they got out coached. Like, now, if you say that, people are human beings. Like, fuck him. Like, what does he know about coaching? Or whatever. Somebody like that's a super fan. It don't even have to be nobody related to the team. It could be a super fan. Like, what is he talking about? Talking about my team like that. Some people feel like they got a vested interest in the team like that. You know what I mean? So you offend people, but so what? They got out coached, man. That doesn't mean they're going to get out coached for the UCLA game. They just got to make changes. That's all. That's it. It's my humble opinion. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. So, fuck, man. I'm like, damn. I'm like, how do I get flagged doing this? Like Miss VS, remember I was telling you, in other channels I do, it's easy for me to get flagged when I talk politics and all that. Why would I get flagged talking about sports? That's crazy. I was like, damn, man. I said, maybe I have to change up the way I talk or something. Man, maybe I need to use a voice changer. You know what I mean? And sound more sweeter or something. I don't know. I don't know why I rub people the wrong way. Man, I don't know why. Like what in the world? But anyway, they got out coached, man. And here's another thing. You remember when Coach Prime was like, Stephen A. Smith was right. Stephen A. Smith was right. But let's move on. No, the media is not going to move on. I said this before the season started. They are waiting to crucify him. They're waiting to do it. I'm going to tell you why. They have a problem. They have a problem with how he came in there. They have a problem. Even though he did everything within the rule books, right? He did everything within the rule books. Everything. They still have a problem with it. And one mishap, they're going to let him have it. And guess what? They're just getting started. They're going to continue with the attacks. They're going to continue. They're attacking his sons. They're even attacking players on the team. They're going hard on this, what do you call it? Shedeur sending Instagram post at the half or whatever. He said he didn't do it. It was somebody on his team that did it. They don't care. And then they use Stephen A. Smith. They use people to get at you, and he's one of them. Make no mistakes about it. He's not afraid to either. He's not afraid with his banter. And but it ain't no big deal to me. That don't have nothing. That have no effect on the team. See, kids today, all these players grew up. They don't know life without the internet. Have you noticed that? They don't know life without the internet. So yes, they're going to be on their phones at halftime, listening to music or whatever they got to do. I'm not even saying he had his phone with him. He probably didn't. But they're using anything to crucify them. Stephen A. Smith also mentioned the Rolls Royce. A Rolls Royce don't have it doesn't, him driving a Rolls Royce doesn't affect his play. But they said it anyway. He said, well, Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady was joking, yo. He was joking. He said, well, you need to get in that film room. He don't mean it harshly. He just said, get in the film room. But they using that against him, trying to say that he's not focused. Listen, Shedeur, what in that game against Stanford, what more can he do? He threw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he was rushing the ball. What more else can he do, man? Sometime you win some, sometime you lose some. That's it. That's it. Yeah, they blew a 29-point lead, but shit happens, man. It does. Things happen in life that you just can't explain sometimes. But this one we could kind of explain. And it was a point during the game where Coach Prime was motioning for them to slow the game down because he knew you got to slow the game down to run that time off the clock. So by the time Stanford get the ball back, they're rushing and probably throwing more passes because they're trying to hurry up and score. But that didn't happen, though. But they were exploiting certain areas of that defense, though. They made adjustments. I don't know what they said in the locker room. They made adjustments. So that's all I was saying. And I can't change how I talk and the way I present myself. So I'm, my bad. I just can't do it. If it offends you, just stop watching. I'll just tell you now, I'm not afraid to speak my opinion. So I would just say, stop watching if it offend you that bad. It's too much stuff going on in the world right now. We might be on the brink of WW3. We might be. So this is just a healthy distraction because I like sports. That's it. Do not take it that seriously. You got people across the world right now, they got real beef. How we used to talk about beef and people got smoke? No. You don't know what real smoke is. I got family members getting ready to go over there. I got 2. Actually, I call him my cousin, but I grew up with him. He's getting ready to go. And another family member is getting ready to go. That's some real smoke over there. That's real smoke. You know what I mean? That's real smoke, man. So don't take things too seriously, man. Especially when it comes to sports. But I get it. People like to argue about sports. I get it. But for me, it's just a distraction. And it's a hobby for me. I like to get on and bump my gums. I'm the original gum bumper. I can bump my gums all night solo. Just bump my gums and put you to sleep. That's what people say. I put them to sleep. But anyway, shout out to, I still rock with this team though. This team is actually better than people thought they were going to be. Being that he put 70 new players together like this, they're better than people thought actually. In fact, I'm not taking nothing away from Stanford, but the Buffaloes beat themselves in that game. So that's what I think. And I think they're going to beat the hell out of UCLA. And it's going to shock the world. They're going to be like, how the hell they beat UCLA? Watch, you'll see. They got a wake-up call. That's all. They was like, uh-oh, what happened? Well, watch the UCLA game. And they didn't really have too much of a problem protecting Shedeur the last game. The quarterbacks are going to get sacked, but he did a good job running. And he did get that ball off Xavier Weaver. He had that long pass to Xavier Weaver. And shout out to Xavier Weaver. He's up for he's on the Biletnikoff watch. Fred Biletnikoff, the Oakland Raiders, Florida State. Yeah, Fred Biletnikoff Award. That award is awarded to the best wide receiver in the game. And the first award was given out in 1994. And the guy from Penn State won. He was the first one. I forget his name, but he's from Penn State, aka Linebacker University. That's what they used to call it back in the day. By this time next year, we should have we should have a Thorpe. Somebody might win the Thorpe out of the Buffaloes camp. Look for the Jim Thorpe Award watch. And we know Coach Prime won the Thorpe Award when he was at Florida State. That's awarded to, the best corner. But I think we're going to have somebody to win the Thorpe next year. You know who I'm talking about. A.K. Mr. Athlete. I think he'll be up for it next year. But then somebody was like, he taking so many snaps. Travis Hunter, they said he hurt us in the last game. No, he didn't. He didn't hurt us in the last game. He played his ass off. He played his ass off. That's all I could say. Some people say, I think he came back too soon. I heard somebody say, when the doctor cleared, you need to wait at least 2 weeks. Come on. No, the doctor cleared him. The doctor knows that he plays a high impact sport, a rough sport, a dangerous sport, and he still cleared him. So he's ready to go. And he's young. Look at sports medicine now. Look at Aaron Rodgers. That man is on his feet with no pain. After tearing his Achilles, he's on his feet throwing the ball. He had some innovative surgery on his Achilles. And guess what? It's working. It's actually working because the man is on his feet with no pain and he's throwing the ball. That's crazy, isn't it? You know how long it takes to come back from an Achilles? It took Kevin Durant a year and a few months. I remember when Patrick Ewing tore his Achilles when he played the New York Knicks. That's a very serious situation when you're an athlete, when you tear your Achilles. But Aaron Rodgers, after all, like that short period of time, he's on his feet. Somebody say he's not human. No, it's some innovative surgery. I don't know if they use stem cell. I don't know what they use. But the man is on his feet, man. It's crazy. I was like throwing the pigskin around. So let's see what Coach Prime talking about.
Okay? Don't do anything that can cost you opportunities. Give me one example that you would do that would cost you opportunity to play at this wonderful university. Yes, sir, y'all.
Like getting a DUI.
Yep, you definitely off the team. You do that. Next, don't accept anything from anybody you don't know because there's a hidden cost to it. Ain't nothing free in this world. Somebody out there giving you something while you're at home, on your way home, or even on this wonderful campus, it's a cost associated with it. Ain't nothing free. Don't
That's a very important message that he said to the players. There's going to be people out here trying to get their attention for whatever reason. Some people got different motives, right? There's going to be people reaching out to them. Hey, let me talk to you real quick. And they trying to use them for something. It's best to stay away. It's best to stay away. They're on a higher platform now to where they gotta guard themselves at all costs. It is. They have to guard themselves, man. There's people that want to be around them. You know, ever had see people that just want to be around you? They're gonna have that. People just want to be around. When all eyes are on you, you're gonna have people like that. And they're gonna try to offer you stuff for free just for the love. I got love for you. No, ain't nothing free in this world. Ain't nothing free. Nothing. The damn shit, almost air is not even damn free. It's crazy. I know water's not free. I know water's not. Depending on where you live, the water, let me tell you, you better boil it. You bet in some counties, you can't even boil it. You think so? It's so messed up you can't even boil it. The reason why is because the infrastructure in this country has to be updated. I mean, some certain sectors, certain areas in this infrastructure haven't been updated since the 1800s. So think about that. 1800s. I would say mid to late 1800s. But what they do is they when they run into a problem, they patch it up. That's usually what they do. But don't drink the wine. Don't do it. Better boil it or something. You know, that whole situation with Prime, they had that water situation in Jackson. That wasn't even the worst area. That's not even the worst area. Remember they had the thing in Detroit, and that's not even the worst area. Yeah. But yeah, man, a friend of mine, he works on that. And he was telling me, he said, bruh, he's like, man, they have to do something to update this infrastructure because first of all, it create a lot of jobs if they did. But he was telling me how bad it was. I was like, damn. Yeah, it's terrible. But when he say nothing is free, you're gonna have tag-alongs. People just want to be around you. It's best to stay away. So I'm glad he said that to them, so they have it fresh in their mind. So when they're out somewhere and then people want to be in their face, it's usually no normal person wants to be in somebody's face. No normal person, unless they want something from you. Because I'm not trying to be in nobody's face and I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're human just like me. I'm not trying to. It's no person's gonna do that if they don't need anything from you. It's weird, especially when an adult, they just want to be in your face. Something's wrong with that. You know, it's usually they trying to benefit off your presence or for some reason. I tell my youngins that. I say, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? About taking stuff from people. If you ain't earn it. If you ain't work for it or whatever, earning some type of way, nah, man. So shout out to Coach Prime for saying that.
Take anything that's not given to you, anything especially from a young woman. You understand that? Most universities lose 3 to 4 young men each year because of this. I don't want not one of those to be you. You got that understood? Yes, sir. No means no. No means no. No means no. Be a gentleman when it's acceptable. When it's acceptable in the environment to be ignorant. I want you to be a gentleman no matter what. You could be in an ignorant environment, everybody doing stupid stuff. That don't mean you have to be. Be you. And be better than you. Be like that person you admire the most. Do what you think you need to do to be great on the break. Don't just take a break. Don't work out. Don't think football. Don't watch film. You got 2 weeks to prepare for one team. Therefore, you should know your assignments, alignments. You should be dominant. If what you do don't bring you closer to your dream or your goals, why are you doing it? If what you do don't bring you closer to your dreams or your goals, why are you doing it? If what you're doing don't bring you closer to your dreams or your goals, why are you doing it? Everybody that's with you ain't necessarily with you. That's even on this team in this locker room. Everybody that's with you ain't necessarily with you. There's some folks that are there because of what you bring to the table, because they're hungry. Some folks around y'all starving. And they only around you because they're hungry. Because they figure you had a propensity to feed them and give them what they need and nourish. That means you get used and you don't even know it. If you or anyone with you need a gun to go where you're going, why are you going there? You go to the crib and you with somebody who need a gun to go where you're going, why are you going there?
He's really breaking it down to him. He be giving him the game of life. You know, he's right about that. If you got to go somewhere, you need a gun. It's best to just stay. It's just to stay out of the way. You know, I don't know the player. I don't know if he's a basketball player. This is a current player that's, don't call it a case now. He threw his career away. Man. We see it a lot with these players throw their careers away. Why? Because they want to go around the way and hang with the fellas again. Now the fellas are broke, yo. Especially if you in a position and you got a little bit of money. I don't care. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't need to be around that environment, man. You just don't. Period. Like, especially when you get money. Because everybody want a handout. But check this out. Everybody don't respect the handout, though. If you would think that you're giving people some money, they don't respect that. Because they still feel like, damn, like he got to give me money. They still don't respect that. You know what I mean? Some people don't. You just got to be, you can't be around the homies no more like that, man. You know? But I like how he's like schooling them on that. He's not even talking football right now. He just wants them to come back safe.
Don't make sense, fellas. Don't make sense whatsoever. I pray all of you make it back safely and come back with the right attitude and work habits that's going to propel us to where we want to go. If you miss the plane, you ride, or have a problem getting back on time, there will be a severe consequence for that action. Severe. I don't want to hear you miss no plane, you miss your ride, so we practice on Sunday, so we expect you to be back on Saturday evening. Because if you chance it and come back Sunday morning and you miss that plane and the ride, I promise you your lot possibly will be clean. That's it? Is that it? 10? That's good. Anything?
Yo, I swear, when he say that, I don't even think I'll be going away for on vacation. I'm like, because I'll be the one to miss the damn flight. Like, and I would have to come up with something. I'm like, I don't know what I would have to come up with, but I'll be the one to miss that flight. I had to just stay on campus or something. I remember I was coming back from Brazil. This was years ago. And missed my flight, yo. Missed my flight. I went over there and we had a great time. And when I was over there, that was right before Carnival started. And I was all over the place. Like, you would thought I was a kid in a candy store. I didn't know how, you know how you somebody somewhere don't know how to act? That's me. That's at that time. I was just like so overwhelmed. I was so overwhelmed, especially the first 3 days I was there. I didn't get no sleep and almost damn near peeled over at the damn Cristo the Redemptor statue. They call it Cristo Redemptor. Almost damn, it's a long story what happened up there. But I didn't even know they had like a little chapel on the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying? I went in there and gave a donation because I thought I was out of here. That's a long story. I had to tell it another time, but just didn't know how to act, man. I didn't know how to act. I didn't get no sleep. I was overwhelmed and then missed my flight, yo. I missed my flight. I was younger then. And then I was saying to the person, well, when can I get another flight? She said, tomorrow. Tomorrow, sir. And I'm like, well, I checked out of my hotel. What do you mean tomorrow? And she was like, tomorrow, you missed your flight. And you got to pay this right here. That was crazy. So I'd be the one to miss my flight, man. I am notorious for getting up late, no sleep. I would miss my flight. So I had to stay on campus. But shout out to Coach Prime for giving them that, man. For giving them that game right there. Touch on Nick Saban real quick. Shout out to Nick Saban. He was like, I'm a fan of Coach Prime. He said he watching him. And I'm sure they're tight. You know, did some broadcasting together. And so they know each other. You know, they know each other. They were colleagues at one point. Occasionally doing broadcasting. So, but he said he watching what Coach Prime doing and he's a fan. And it's funny that he pops up and say that because he having his challenges this year as well. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't know when Coach Saban is thinking about retiring, but I could telling you right now, I know Coach said he ain't going nowhere. I know he's not. He said he don't want to go to the NFL. He ain't going nowhere. But they gonna offer him a bag. They gonna try to give him an offer he can't refuse. I don't know. I don't know about the Alabama position though. But it's gonna be some team that come along, whether it's NFL or college, and try to give him a bag he can't refuse, man. The reason being is because everything he touched go to gold. Everything is up. Merch sales are up. Ticket sales are up. The media is on them, whether they winning or losing. He got the Midas touch. So people see that, man. They see that he has the Midas touch. That's my opinion. He has the Midas touch. He got something. Whatever it is, he got it. Because people still talking about it. I'm talking about it. And it's been like that his whole career. And, you know, they talk about the kids wearing the jewelry and stuff. Who you think they got it from? Their dad. He's been wearing the jewelry, but he can back it up, though. You know what I'm saying? When it comes Sunday, or Monday Night Football or whatever. I remember what he did to the Giants. I still remember how Bill Parcells was looking on the sidelines. He was like, I don't know why they kicked it to him. He said that after the game. Well, Coach Parcells, what happened? I don't know why he kicked it to him. I don't know why. We said it in practice, do not kick it to him. But what happened was he didn't kick it to him. He ran and caught it. It's like he tracked the ball and he just went and got it. He's so fast, he went and got the ball and he just took it back, man. And you could see Bill Parcells was like, I can't believe this. And Coach Prime had this video. I did a short on it. He said, what's the secret to kick return and punt returning? He said, you look up at the ball, you look at the defender, look up one more time, and you got it. He said, all you got to do is block a few. He said, I got 3 or 4 of them. He said, you don't even need to block 3. You don't even need to block 4 people. He got it because he'll beat them. All you need to do is block the rest. And I got 4 of them. I'm like, damn. He was right about that, man. Devin Hester was the same way when he played. And also Ted Ginn Jr. Ted Ginn was like that too. I don't know who was faster, Ted Ginn or Prime. They might have the same speed, also Devin Hester. But yeah, they were beasts, man. But Prime is the best out of all of them. Imagine that he's the best out of all of them. And he was right about that, man. He was like, you block the rest, I got 4 of them on my own. That means he's going to make 4 people miss. He was one of a kind. He wore the jury. It didn't matter. He had the kit in his head. Yeah, I don't care what he said. He had a kit in his head. He sure did. Because he said it wasn't wet, but it was glistening. Yeah, he had that, I ain't saying he had that Jermaine Jackson in his head, but the man had a kit in his head and wore jury, all that. It didn't matter. In the 4th quarter, when everybody tired, he run it back like he wasn't even tired, man. He was just an ultimate beast, yo. All right, where am I at, yo? My prediction for the UCLA Colorado game. I don't usually like to give predictions, but I already gave my prediction already. The Buffalo's going to win this one. And then people going to be like left wondering, how did they win this game? They're going to win it. They're going to win. They're going to win Washington State too. The Washington State game is not a problem. Oh, Max, he got Cam, whatever. I don't care who they got. They're going to win. I've seen Washington State struggle this year. I've seen them do it. So that they're going to beat them too. And I don't give like, if I'm riding with a team, I'm looking at the other team like everybody is beatable, man. They just got to go, like he said, they just got to go take it. They just got to go take it, and they're going to win. So that game is going to be a winnable one. And just for the record, for that UCLA game, I hope they, I don't know what the point spread is. Anybody know? Let me check the chat. Anybody know the point spread? Because I am betting heavy on that game because I already know they're going to win. I already went to the future already and saw it. I saw the victory in the future already. No, I'm just messing with you. I don't have that. If I had that ability, I would have won that $1 billion lottery. If I had the ability, I would have. And look, I would have got all brand new on y'all. I don't wear the jury and stuff like that. I'm not into the jury. Because I grew up around, I think it was like, you got PTSD from your childhood. I knew stick up people and I know their mind, how they operate. And a kid I went to grammar school with, he started sticking people up in grammar school. And I remember just his mind and him talking about him and his boys and he just the way they go about it. I was like, nah, yo, I can't be wearing jury like that. You know what he said to me one time? He's like, if I ever see you with jury on, if I got a mask on, I'm going to take it from you. I'll probably give it back to you. But he said, I will take it. I was like, damn. He said, bro, don't wear no jury, man. Or whatever. He said, because if you within my sights, whether it's broad daylight or whatever, I got you. He said, I'm going to be like, run that. That's what they used to say back in the day. Run it. Run that. Run it. And you know what run it mean. And I remember back in the day, we used to have the starter jackets. We used to have the starter jackets. Believe it or not, people used to get robbed for their starter jackets. As cheap as they were. And I remember when I was a youngin', people used to get, this is back in 87, 88. People used to get robbed for the 8-ball jackets. Them pleather 8-ball jackets. And I used to see people get robbed for their members only jackets. Just Google what members only jackets look like. Used to get robbed for us. That's why I don't wear flashy stuff, man. Because the stick up still exists. And I don't do the jewelry. I'm not into fancy cars or anything. But I'll stunt in a different way. I'll be like, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Guess what beach I'm on? I know it's the winter, but I'm on the beach. I'll do something like that. I said, I don't know when I'm coming back. I'm going to be vlogging football from the beach. And this is Miss Right Now. Oh, by the way, this is Miss Right Now. And this is almost so Miss Right Now. These are my girlfriends. Yo, I'd be like Dr. Jerry Buss, yo. I'd be like Dr. Jerry Buss. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And if you know with Dr. Jerry Buss, you know. Rest in peace to Dr. Jerry Buss. He used to be the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. Dude, he was so off the hook. They stopped showing him on the Jumbotron during the Lakers games because of who he was with. Dr. Jerry Buss was all that. Yes, sir. What you mean, don't do that? Yeah, I would be. I can, because I don't care nobody think. I said, I just met them on the beach. Yep, that's right. These are my wives for a short period of time. And that's it. I don't care nobody think, man. I really don't. I live my life, and that's just what it is. But where are we at? Oh, the prediction. How did I get on that? I be going off on the tangents. Because I said that if I could predict, I said I looked in the future and saw the game already, and I said the Colorado won. They won already. I'm just telling y'all. And I'll show the ticket after the game, let you know how much money I won. But they got the game in the bag. I'm telling you, this team is better than people think they are. Okay? I remember I was saying to somebody, like Xavier Weaver, he an NFL wide receiver. He's going to make a team. Oh, no, I don't know about that. What are you talking about? You ain't see the last game? He was one of Shedeur main targets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's going to do it. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to do it. I'm just telling you, he's going to do it. And then somebody said, well, like it's a bad thing. Oh, at best, he's third or fourth round. If you get drafted, you get drafted. Don't matter. What round did Jerry Rice get drafted in? What round did Tom Brady get drafted in? I think he was the last pick on the last day. I swear to you, I think he was. He was almost the last pick on the last day, Tom Brady. And look at him now. It don't matter when you get drafted, as long as you get the opportunity. It don't matter. I'm like, oh, he's third or fourth round. So what? So what? Don't mean nothing. Don't mean he third or fourth. As long as you get drafted, you get drafted. Some people do a lot with their opportunity, man. Some people do. I know some people that got drafted in the first round and turned out to be bust. They turn out to be a bust. I don't know how I would say bust. Like, if you get drafted, right, and you last your rookie contract, which is like 3 years, and then you sign a big contract and you play another 5 years, but you really didn't do that much, but you made a lot of money, that wasn't a bust. I don't care. That was a heist. That wasn't a bust. People say that about, he do YouTube now. What's the basketball player? Kwame Brown. They like to call him a bust. Bust? You know how long he played in the league? And how much money he collected? No, he wasn't no bust. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody don't have to be a Michael Jordan, but pay me though. As long as I do enough to stay on that team and collect that check, I ride the bench. I ride anywhere. I ride the bench. I'll be the best bench warmer in the nation. That's right. I turn into a damn cheerleader. That's right. I'll turn into a damn cheerleader. You know, so UCLA, they're a good team. I'm not hating now. This ain't gonna be no walk in the park. Okay. But they're gonna pull this game out. It's gonna be close, and they're gonna edge this game out. That's my prediction. And then after that, they're only one game away from the bowl game. And it's a success. Yep. It's a success because last year they were 1-11. He turned the team around. And that's what's going to happen. That's my prediction. That's my prediction right there. Let me get into this Stanford player. I gotta correct this I gotta correct this dude real quick. I gotta correct him. Okay. Fisher Anderson, that's his name. Now, where is that article? Stanford player rips Deion Sanders. You see how the media is? Stanford player rips Deion Sanders. Says Colorado football program has mercenaries. I read the article already. Basically, what he was saying was they have some things in common. One of the things they have in common is they have both universities have new head coaches, first-year head coaches, Coach Prime and the other coach. Now, what Fisher Anderson was saying was his coach came in and said he had a meeting with the team. He said, listen, how many guys want to stay here? If you want to stay, I would love for you to stay and we can help turn this thing around and build something here. He said, yeah, that's what my coach wanted. He wanted to build something. But he said Coach Prime, he just came in and let a bunch of players go. And he said, therefore, he has a team. He brought in 70 new players. He had a team full of mercenaries. Okay, let me stop there. He's not correct. The reason why he's not correct is because Coach Prime didn't come in and just let a bunch of players go. A lot of them left on their own. And when he first met with the team, right? When he first met with the team, they had their music playing and everything like that on their cell phones while he was there. That's a no-no. I knew they weren't going to be on the team. You know? And then some of the players probably just weren't cutting it. Right? They just weren't cutting it. And he had the right within the rule book to bring in players just because he was a first-year head coach. Lincoln Riley did the same thing. He didn't quite bring 70 players in. He didn't have to. He brought his quarterback with him. He brought some Louis luggage with him. He brought the future Heisman Trophy winner with him, Caleb Williams. But he didn't have to bring in 70 players because he's at USC. They already got some good players there already. So he had a lot to work with. Now, Coach Prime, he felt, I need a roster. I need to bring in a roster that I feel comfortable with winning. So, but he was wrong there. And nobody correct. You know, the media, they love that. He said, oh, he ripped Coach Prime. Oh, my God, he ripped him. No, he did not. He didn't rip him because he was incorrect. He didn't just come in and say, okay, we got 70 people here? Okay. Yeah. Count the people here now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. All y'all get the hell out. Okay. Now get the hell out, or you could stay. You can still continue your education because that's in the rule book. You can still continue your education. You just can't be on the team and get the hell out. He didn't do that. He wanted to see where these players were. Okay, let's see where you at. If you're good, he don't mind you staying. How come Trevor Woods didn't have no problems? How come Tank didn't have no problems? Because they rolled it out. They stuck it out. So yeah, he was grossly incorrect. Okay, you were incorrect there, sir. So I just wanted to point that out. What's an Fisher Anderson? Mercenaries. I just want to point that out, sir. And it obviously, what he did, it worked because they're above 500 right now, and they possibly could win out. I know people think they're not going to win out, so I don't care. But they, like I said, they could win out. If they win out, then everything is forgiven. That's a winning freaking season right there. As far as I'm concerned, he coach of the year. Would they give it to him? Probably not. But he's coach of the year in my book. That's not me being a super fan either. I just said that the reason why they lost the team because of poor coaching. So I'm not afraid to say that. However, I can't hate either. It's a good team here. It's a good team, and I commend them, and even the recruiting staff for putting these players together. They did a good job. You know what I'm saying? So, but you have bad games, good games. So what? But they're gonna do really well in the tail end of the season. Watch. They're gonna have players coming back that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? Travis Hunter. We have another player here, Travis J. Travis J said that he's on his way back. Entering the bye week, he said he's almost there. I think he says he's about 80, 85%. It says Travis J is looking forward to the final 5 games of the season. For the first time in over a year, the defensive back feels like he's near 100%. That's nice. After an undisclosed injury. I never know how he got injured. I don't know. He recorded a tackle in the blowout loss to Oregon. Outside of that, he's been in recovery mode. And but he said he's almost back now. And he said that on a Well Off Media video. So shout out to Travis J, man. Travis J. I've seen him at Florida State. He's pretty good, man. And we had a lot of, and think about it, had a lot of injuries this year and still only 2 games away from the bowl game. Come on, man. Don't tell me that ain't no success. That is a success. We got some positive news here. Well, more positive news. Look at these recruits, man. They look like dogs, don't they? We got some dogs coming in, some freshmen. Okay. They look the one in the front look like he ready to play now. He look like he ready to play now, man. The one in the front. Now, let me get to where is he at? I'm only going to go through a few of them. Here. Let's see who we got. Let me see. Uh-oh. See, that's what I get. Okay, this is Aaron Butler. This Aaron Butler right here. I've heard some good things about him. Some of the colleges he was being recruited by, he's considered a 4-star. I know people don't really care about the stars, but I'm just saying, On 3 got him as a 4-star. Some of the schools that were recruiting him was Oregon, USC, and Texas A&M. Now, I believe this is a flip because it said he's 60% chance that he's going to Oregon, but he's already committed to the Buffs. But I don't really too much care about that until he actually signs on the dotted line. But right now he committed, so that's a really good commit. And he was recruited by Kevin Mathis, secondary Charles Kelly. And like I said, Oregon, USC, Texas A&M, and Georgia, and a lot of other teams. But I believe they were able to flip him though. But we'll see when he signs though. His father, Aaron Butler's father, Rob Devon Butler, played in the NFL for 2 seasons as a defensive back. He coaches his son as an assistant coach at Calabasas, California. Okay, Calabasas. Okay. So he's out there in Calabasas, man. He caught 38 passes for 830 yards and 13 touchdowns. 2022. When he's not playing football, he enjoys watching movies and playing basketball. He has a 3.2 GPA. That's right. So there he is right there. So look for him to be doing some good. He looked like he ready to do something. I don't know. He just looked like he just ready to come out there and do something. There's going to be a lot of competition in the off season. So hopefully a lot of these players show up early. So we'll see. You know, like Dylan Edwards did. You know how he showed up? He showed up and showed out. Let me find this other kid. What is his name? Yeah, let me find. Let's see what he about. Okay, here we go. Let's see, where is he from? Let's look at On 3. They're pretty good. They're pretty good with this. Okay, we look how he holding that ball. We got another running back, folks. Okay. Where was he being recruited to? Colorado, he committed to. Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia Tech. Let me see. They say all the teams here. Damn. Florida, Georgia Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Kentucky, University of South Florida, Virginia Tech, NC State, West Virginia, Louisville, Indiana, Georgia State, Cincinnati, Liberty, Middle Tennessee State, Georgia, Alabama, Florida State, LSU. We got a player here, folks. We got a player alert. Yes, indeed. We got a player alert. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of competition this year, man. He looked like he can play. He looked like he ready to run for 1,000 yards right now. And we already got good running backs there. The running back room is going to get even deeper. Now, I think we got one or two that's graduating. I think Smoke, I don't know if this is last year. Anybody know? But they're getting ready to get deeper in that position. Now I got to go to this guy because it's just his name. Somebody with a name like this, you already know. You already know he can play. This man's name is Carl Lewis. Z-Y Carl. C-A-R-L Lewis. Anybody that got two names merged like that, they can play, man. Anybody named Carl, his name is Carl. Carl Lewis. He can play. He can play already, man. Then let's see what's going on with Mr. Carl. I'm telling you, I already know. I don't even have to look at his stats. I don't even have to. I knew he was recruited by Alabama. I knew he was. Let me just see. I bet you anything he was recruited by Alabama. Anything on everything, I bet you. I mean, they got somebody there named Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now, you know, I go off names because words is very powerful. Listen, somebody with the name Kool-Aid McKinstry, I know that's his nickname, but Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's NFL player, man. NFL all the way, just because of the name. Let's see who he was recruited by. Yeah, just what I tell you. Of course, he committed to Colorado, UCF, Florida, Georgia, Florida State, Notre Dame, Tennessee, LA, all of them, folks. Miami, Auburn. Guys, he was being recruited by everybody. His name is Carl. So, it says he's a pint-sized playmaker that has given defenses plenty of issues for 3 straight years in the fertile recruiting grounds of Florida. He from Florida. Yeah. Okay. He's hovering around 5'10", 160 pounds. Measurements obviously aren't ideal, but he got speed. Okay, he burst the top end speed, anchored the 4x100 team, and qualified for the States as a sophomore. They say he's a smooth operator in the slot. I ain't got to read no more. Listen to me. Zycarl. That, remember what I tell you about Zy, because Zycarl ain't staying past the scene. He going to NFL already, just because of his name. I'm telling you, man, I have seen players in the past with some other colorful names. The most colorful one is Kool-Aid McKinstry. That's the most colorful name I've seen in a while, besides, I'm about to tell y'all, besides World Be Free. A lot of y'all know who World Be Free is. That's his name, World Be Free. He's a NBA great. World Be Free. Ain't nothing better than World Be Free or Meta World Peace. I just call him World Peace. And but yo, Kool-Aid McKinstry, he a player, yo. You don't name your nickname your kid Kool-Aid and he ain't good. I ain't got to know what he did in high school. I had to go off the name. I know y'all like, damn, you crazy, you go off the name? I go off the name, yo. I go off the name. I remember when I was in high school, there was a kid named Majestic Map. No, that was his brother, Majestic Map, and the other one named Scientific Map. I already knew they can play. His name is Scientific Map. It was MAPP. It was Scientific and Map. I already knew he can play. He played at University of Virginia. Basketball. What's up, Slap Pappy? You say UCLA wins, guys? Okay. But thank you, though. I appreciate you. You say UCLA gonna win. But I'm already telling you what's happening, Slap Pappy. I don't know if you heard me already. I'm going over these names real quick. Zycarl, see this kid right here? Don't worry about UCLA. See this kid right here? This kid right here is going to be good. I'm just telling you. His name is Zycarl. Okay. Who else we got? I'm on to somebody else. We already talked about Zycarl. Let's go to oh yeah. I was just looking at his name. See, this guy looked like his name. Yeah, he's a baller too. His name is Amontre Bradford. Amontre. Yeah, he can play, dog. He can play. I can already tell you. His name is Amontre. Let's bring him up. He's an edge. Let's see who he's being recruited by. His name is Amontre. Colorado he committed to, of course. Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, Va Tech. I call it Va Tech. Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Indiana, Georgia State, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Nebraska, Purdue, Minnesota. You see what's happening here. You see Nebraska, right? You see how Coach Prime is competing with a lot of these recruits from other schools. You know, remember they said the coaches were hating on him. But why you think they're hating on him? Because he's gonna get these players. He's gonna get his fair share from them. Nebraska, Purdue, Minnesota, Mississippi State, East Carolina, University of South Florida, Coastal Carolina, Florida Atlantic, Appalachian State, University of Alabama at Birmingham, Charlotte, Georgia Southern, Connecticut. Now he got a lot of big schools too here, like Ole Miss, Mississippi State. I think what happened here is he started to peak late in his high school career. He started to peak. He started to do his thing. But his name, I already know his name is Amontre. Amontre getting ready to get busy. Okay? Amontre. He getting ready to get busy. You hear what I'm telling you? Sitting there looking like Jason Pierre-Paul. He about to get busy, yo. We gonna have some competition. We gonna have more competition. You know how they say, "Hey, dog." You know how coach said, "Hey, dog, you ain't afraid of competition, are you?" And then I know, like, damn, I gotta. Yeah, it's competition. Competition. So that's what we got right there. We got a Montre Bradford. Shout out to a Montre. I'm almost done. I'm not gonna get through all of them. Okay. Y'all already know what's up with him. All right. You don't even have to talk. Okay. You ain't got to talk. That's Omar White. Okay. Omar White. Let me bring him up. Okay. Omar White. Where should we go? Let's go to 247 Sports, see what they're saying. So, yo, the teams he was recruited by. Y'all, listen, before I even get into it, he looked like he ain't no kind of joke. What position he play? Defensive line. He looked like he getting ready to be a true freshman. Look, he on the defensive line. He is 6'3", 307 pounds. Yeah. He's 6'3". Listen to what I'm telling you. He's 6'3", 307 pounds. Look at his eyes. It's all, remember I said before, it's all about the eyes? Coach ain't got to tell him to work. He hungry. He ready to come in and get busy. He was recruited by Alabama. He got an offer from Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Cincinnati, Clemson, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, Georgia Southern, Georgia Tech, Michigan, Michigan State, Minnesota, Nebraska, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Oregon, Penn State. Yo, he is the complete fucking business. Tennessee, South Carolina, Texas, Texas A&M, Vatech, listen to me. Alabama was at the top of his list. You see what we seeing here, right? All these top recruits, Coach Prime is in the mix now. You see what I'm saying? These players are starting to see, I want a piece of that right there. And all they need, let me tell you all they need at Colorado to get these players. They need the collectives. I know that I know they're trying to say, no, we don't want to pay to go to school. Listen, they need some collectives, man. Somebody got to get their pockets greased. Okay, Mr. White, we want to just make you comfortable. And, this is just, courtesy for you. Get your apartment, for you to be nice and comfortable. And he already gonna start. Look at his eyes, man. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He's ready to go. Class of 2024. He's ready to go, folks. That man is ready to start ASAP. He ready. That's just what it is. 307 pounds, 6'3". He's ready to go. Yeah, they need some money. They got to have the collectives. They have to. They compete with the Georgias, Alabamas, because Alabama going to be like, listen, okay, you committed. Because you remember, I don't go off the commitments until they sign. Right? When they sign on the dotted line, okay, then I'm like, okay, he's coming. Because, commitments get flipped. Just case in point, when Travis Hunter was getting recruited, he's supposed to go to Florida State. But Coach Prime flipped him. And he went to Jackson State and everything. Everything was set in stone already, right? But when Coach Prime said that he was going to go to take the coaching job at Colorado, people offered Travis a bag. He said it. Coach Prime said it. They offered him millions of dollars. They actually offered him a few $1 million. Okay. We can give you a few $1 million, Travis. Okay. We're going to give you a few million. Okay. To come play with us. We got collectors over here. We got a bag over here. And that's not all. Okay. We got a well over here of money. Okay. We got not a kitchen faucet. We got a well. Okay. The money is cold over here. So let me give you a few $1 million right now just to get yourself comfortable and get started. Okay. and we'd like you to come play over here. He said no. He turned it down, He's a different type of kid. Travis is different. He's different. Okay, he already had the bag anyway, right? According to, I'm not counting his pockets, but according to the internet, according to the NIL, right? He wanted to play with Coach Prime to learn from the greatest defensive back of all time. Because he said he chasing not only the NFL, he chasing a gold jacket. So there you go. I mean, he is playing for a coach that Darrelle Revis gave props to in his Hall of Fame speech. So yeah, so that's what it is right there. And also, he was able to get the services of 5-star Cormani McClain. So he is in competition with these athletes. So that's why they said the report came. I'm not making this up. Joe Klatt said it. He said that he heard from a few coaches that they're not liking Prime and all the attention. They're not liking it. Okay. So, and they came together, collected. It ain't gonna stop them though, because it's all about the players. It's who they want to play for. Could you imagine how a coach would feel? They don't got to collect. Like he said, he ain't coming, but had the collectives call him. Okay, son, we're gonna give you $2 million. Okay. Okay. Even after taxes, son, that's still a lot of money. Okay. We want you here. Okay. You have a 95% chance of starting. Okay, son, we can give you $2 million right now just to get you jump started. Okay. Move your family and everything. Okay. Nah, I'm going to Colorado. No, thank you. Because Colorado, they got to have the collectives too now. I don't care what nobody say. They gotta have a collective. But Coach Prime said, I'm not promising anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not promising anything. I'm gonna turn your son into a man. Listen, I am not in his mind, but that's what they say to make the camera look good. Bullshit. You gotta come up off some cash. You can't have just a few players on the team, millionaires. No. You gotta spread some bread for this to work. I'm just telling you, this is how the NIL is set up now. This is how it's set up. I didn't make the rule. This is how it's set up. This is how it's set up, man. You can't have just a few players living comfortable and and the players ain't going like, okay, so I'm supposed to come here and I need some money. That's what I'll be like. I'm like, son, you need to get a bag. You need to get a bag. It ain't no guarantee you going to the NFL. You need the bag. We can invest the bag and flip the bag now. Okay? Don't worry about that. We'll be set. But we need some money. Okay? What you say? What you said? Hold up. Florida State on the phone. What are you saying now? Yeah. That's just the way it is now. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. If I'm an offensive lineman, if I'm the top offensive lineman in the country, I am not going to protect your son until I get a bag. Period. I need a bag. Okay? We ain't going to have the only one with the watch. I need a bag. Period. Okay, I understand. You're going to turn him to, no, I'm turning. He's good. We need a bag. That's just the way it is in this world, man. They had to grow up fast. They're men already. When this NIL came along and these collectives, this is now free agency. And then on top of the NIL, you mean to tell me they got a transfer portal? Yeah, it's like a mini NFL now. So I'm not saying anything wrong. If you're a top athlete and it looks like you're going to come in and improve this team and start, yeah, I need a bag, man. Yeah, I need a bag. Yeah, I do want to play for you, coach. So yeah, of course, they got the collectors up there. They got money. You know how much money this coach has generated for this university? They'll be a fool not to have some collectives. They'll be a fool. Okay? You got the right money. We talking national title. Okay, in a few years. In a couple years, we talking national title. Remember, in football, it's all about winning, So I know it looks good on camera to say, yeah, we can turn your son into a man. I know that. Yeah, that's good. But we can't have 2 or 3 millionaires on the team. We can't have a couple players driving Mercedes and Maybachs. How you height in the offensive line eating ramen noodles? That's not that doesn't make sense. They ain't gonna give a damn about protecting your son. They got to get a bag, man. They got to get a bag. And see, when I talk like this, it rub people the wrong way. But I'm just talking common sense. You can't be protecting a millionaire, and I ain't saying you gotta be a millionaire, but you gotta give me a bag. I gotta be comfortable, because that's just the reality now. You even have high school stars getting paid now. That's crazy. High school, they ain't even proved themselves, but that's the way it is. If you got a nice following online and you're a top athlete, because case in point, Caden Proctor, he was one of the top offensive linemen in last year's cycle. He's at Alabama now. He's starting as a true freshman. He's starting. You mean to tell me he ain't stumbled across a bag yet? He stumbled across. I don't care. He had to have stumbled across a bag. It's the way it is now, man. And check this out. It's always been that way, but it's been on the low. Yep. And then if you get caught, obviously the university gets in trouble. But I like the NIL now. I love it. And because I always thought that the players should get paid, because the university is making all this money. Look how much this university made since Coach Prime has been there. Yeah, sir, I need a bag. Yes, I would love to play for your university. Okay. This how I would do it. Hey, how you doing, Coach? I am such and such uncle or father or OG or whatever you want to call me. We love everything that you bring to the table, Coach Prime. Everything is self-explanatory. Okay. First and foremost, he's going to get a quality education, because as long as we're going to stay there for the whole 4 years, because we're going to get a free education. That's very important, a free education. And we like everything that you bring to the table. We like the competition, everything. Right now, my son is a 5-star, and he's number one. Let's just say if he's number one, he's number one offensive lineman in the country. And we have sacrificed and spent a lot of time getting him prepared for the camps and things like that. How can we discuss and talk about this to make it lucrative for us? How can we do that? Because there's no guarantee that he gets an NFL. We know this. Even though he has a great shot at getting to the NFL. But we like to discuss finances now. Is the collectives here or anything? Yeah, we have an attorney. No. Don't worry. We have an attorney already. We're not going to sign anything without an attorney. Yes, we have an attorney. And we like what you say. You're going to turn him into a man. We love all of that. Okay. But there's some players around here that are millionaires. And we're looking to not exploit, but we're looking for our opportunity. And how can you help us? That's it. You're gonna have to provide a bag, because that's the way it is now. That's the way it is now. Okay. But this Coach Prime, just let you know, we want to come here. I've been following you since Florida State. Okay. But Lincoln Riley, we already talked to him already. We already talked to Bear Alexander. We already know what they're offering on the table. Now, can you match that or a little bit more? Okay. Look, he ain't even got to say nothing, because I do the talking. I'll do the. As a matter of fact, I have a homegirl right now. Her son is a junior in high school. And when I tell you he's bigger than Warren Sapp, this kid is bigger than Warren Sapp, yo. And he got players. They've been looking at him since his freshman year. So And I've known her since kindergarten. So who you think gonna be there talking for her? I am. So when they come, I'll be sitting there talking. Okay, because people like to come to your house and they think you ain't got no man. They'll say anything to you when they think ain't no man around. Well, she bringing the OG around. Well, I'm not the OG. Me and her the same age. She said, you got to come for this and you got to talk for us. I'm like, I am. She said, because I'm a single mother, they going to try to sweet talk. No, that's not happening. She said, as a matter of fact, when they be there, I'm not going to be in the house. It's you and him. Okay. Definitely. So that's how you got to do it. You got to do what's best for the kid, because once you get to these universities, right? Once you get to these they'll tell you a lot of stuff. But once you get there, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got to compete and work, but it's a business at the end of the day. If you hurt your hamstring or something like that, they thinking about the next man. They ain't thinking about you. So you have to, if you know your worth, you have to get it all right now. That's just what it is. And you have to be guaranteed a regular pay and all types of endorsement deals. So if you're that good. So yeah, it's a business. And so I just like to say that. That's the way it is, man. That's the nature of college football. It's like a mini NFL. Mini NFL, man. It's a mini NFL. And I liken the transfer portal to like free agency. If you don't like where you're at, then you can go elsewhere. But my thing is with that is you need somebody like an OG around or dad around to sit down with you and discuss, do you really want to leave or you just ain't working hard? Like, what's going on here? And have that serious discussion, because it really is about the education at the end of the day. You got to get that free education. You got to take advantage of, because education ain't no joke out here now. So take advantage of the free education, and then everything else fall into place. Yeah, I am a master negotiator, because I don't play. I'm a master negotiator, man. You just bring me around and we can sit here and negotiate. So yeah. You ain't gonna have my son there and he damn near 5-star and he ain't got no bag. That's not happening. We ain't coming to your school. Because how come these few players got a bag and he ain't got one? Don't you see? Here's the thing. Here's the negative part about the NILs and the collectives. The NILs, you get more off popularity, and you have to work for that. You know, you have to be doing something to be popular, right? So it really falls on the student athlete. You know, you have to do something to be like Olivia Doon. She's getting a bag. But look at her social media. Olivia Doon has millions of followers. So it's understandable that her NIL evaluation is higher than most gymnasts. She's a gymnast. So, but the thing is, if you are rated high and all the colleges want you, the number one or number of top 10 player in the country, you still need a bag. You know what I'm saying? I would stress that because some players on the team got their bag. You need your bag. You know what I mean? So, but the negative part about it is I just don't want people to, like, you got to stress the education. And the thing is, unfortunately, you're going to have people on the team making more than others. And I don't care, like, it's going to bother some people that's like that, you know? But you got to be fair. You got to be fair in your assessment. Okay, well, I'm not as popular. I got to work for my starting position. I'm not there yet. So you got to be fair in your assessment. But if you do go to the university, you have to get something out the deal. It don't have to be millions because you might not be there yet. But trust me, we'll have to entertain it on a yearly basis, because now my son is in the starting position and he won the Buckets this year. It ain't no way in the world if my son win the Buckets, oh yeah, he need a bag. My son just won the Buckets as a sophomore. That means he needs a bag now. Like, you ain't no way in the world my son win the Buckets award and he don't get a bag. Period. No, sir. We'll be gone. We'll be hitting that port. I would like to say it's like they have the cookie cutter cut and paste response. I would like to thank the university for giving me the opportunity. But I have decided to take my talents elsewhere. No, I'm just kidding. That's the way it is now, man. You know, that's the way it is. You know, you can't have one. It's just the way it is, man. You just can't. It's unfortunate with the NIL. People are gonna feel slighted. You know, with the NIL, some people are not gonna get as much money. That they're gonna feel slighted, but that's the negative side of it, of the NIL deals, in my opinion. But you just got to have an OG around to talk for you, that's not afraid to talk to these coaches. See, a lot of people, like, especially you might be a single parent or whatever like that, you get around these coaches, you don't know what to say. He's a man at the end of the day. I said, listen, yeah, we were at this university last year, but he was on the Buckets watch list last year, the Buckets Award watch list. And he has a huge upside this year. And we've already checked out the education already. The education is more than sufficient here. And he's going to get a good education. I mean, he's already high 3-point whatever average. But we would like to discuss a bag. We like to discuss, now we want to discuss business, sir. Well, right now I can't promise you. Okay, you can't promise me. That's fine. But we're gonna need a little bit of time to think about this. But thank you for your time. I'm telling you, man, I ain't playing. So that's how it is. You said no waiver, no play. And yeah, you said YouTube is making athletes money. Well, it depends. Like, it depends on if you use it the right way, and like you're coming up and you're getting a lot of views. Yes, that could translate into something more. And also there's money to be made on YouTube as well. There's a guy that do chess videos, right? Chess videos. He made $400,000 in 1 month. You hear what I said to you? 400,000 in 1 month. So when people say it ain't a bag on YouTube, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It goes up. It goes on views. You can have, check this out. This is crazy. You can have 2,000 subscribers and get a bag. It just depends. It just depends on, it depends on what you're talking about. Is there an interest in what you're talking about? Can you bring something to the table to compete with the competition? I don't believe in competing. Like KRS One said, to compete is to never compete. That's how you compete. You don't never compete. Only thing you do is compete with your last work, your last body of work. That's what you're competing with. You're not competing with nobody else. I'm gonna tell you why. Because out of what is like 7 billion people on the planet, and you're unique. There's not only one you on the planet, unless you're an identical twin, but even still, you're different individuals. That means you have a unique way of thinking that only whatever the words come out of your mouth is unique to you, and everybody can't copy it. So you have to look at it like that. I'm bringing something unique to the table, and you just have to work on it. But it just depends on what you're talking about. And, you know, certain subject matters have a higher CPM. But if you want me to go over that one day, I can. But, yeah. Sometimes your CPM, and when you first starting out, it fluctuates over time. That's why, you know, I have to be mindful of this. When you in your videos, you can't cuss. You can't cuss. Lower your CPM, actually. I don't know if people know that. But that's why you got to be careful when you have people on the panel. Some people might slip or cuss. That happened to me recently. I'm like, damn, bro. When you come on here, you can't talk like that. We're on a platform. We're not talking amongst ourselves on the street. We're not talking like that. And I was just like, fuck. You see, I didn't have my camera. You should have saw my face. I'm like, I can't believe this. I said something when we got off. I said, bro, I don't come on your I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be mindful, man, of how you talk. At least if somebody's gonna mess up, it has to be me. You know, you can't come over here and fly a bunch of F-bombs and N-word bombs and think things are gonna be all right. It's not. So there is a major bag on YouTube. So thank you for bringing that up with these players. Now listen, Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter already has a name. He's already established his brand. His name is a brand, okay? He's already established his brand already. He's Travis Hunter. He's an athlete, okay? When he hits YouTube, he's already have the search engine. His name is already number one in the search engine for his particular subject matter, right? So he can make a decent amount on there. It depends on how much content he puts out as well. You know, he don't do daily content. If he did daily content, he'd be killing it. But see, I don't know if they don't have time. They don't have time to be recording every day, right? Because he has to practice and he has to do different things. So, but yeah, the opportunities is there. It's there. And don't let somebody tell you that you can't do it. Yes, you can. I know a guy right now. Check this out. I know a guy right now. You know what he does? He reacts to door cam videos. Don't show his face. He don't show his face at all. He just changed his voice around. 75,000 in 1 month. What job out there is going to pay you 75,000 in 1 month? And unless you're doing something strange for change. Or unless I don't know, you could be, whatever it is, I don't know what you guys do for a living. Maybe you are making that. But yeah, there's a serious bag out there. So so when the players, I do recommend, even when you see my videos uploaded, right before I start talking, I share their pages, don't I? You see the clip where I say, please subscribe to their pages. If you go to my comment section, their pages are there. Because yeah, the bag is there for them. If they do it, you know, all they got to do is be consistent. They're going to make a bag. Because everybody is talking about them. So you got to capitalize off of the attention you're receiving. Because the attention that they're receiving is going to be constant. As long as Coach Prime is constant. It ain't stopping. It's not stopping. So yeah, it's a bag, man. And then also you're looking at endorsements, stuff like that. Yeah, man, I like how it is now. Because I remember when he was talking about his situation, you know, the YouTuber Destroying. When he was at college, he had a YouTube page. You know, he's been doing YouTube since he was in college. I believe he went to South Florida. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he was a kicker. He started a YouTube page and he started making money. You know, he became very popular. In the university, like, wait a minute. The NCAA was like, wait a minute. You can't make money as a student athlete. So then he stopped playing football. Ain't that something? But now they got NIL. If the NIL was around when he was playing, he would have been playing. He wouldn't have got kicked off the team. Or no, he wouldn't have had to be. He didn't get kicked off. They had to force him to make a decision. And he chose to YouTube because it's very lucrative for him. So why would he stop? So that was destroying. So yeah, man, YouTube is it depends on what you're talking about and the people rocking with you. And you know, you got some, I don't know. Some people ain't talking about nothing and still getting a bag. And I'm not hating. They don't talk about nothing. And then they still getting a bag. And I'm okay with that. Because if you mean God bless you, if you could sit here and talk about nothing, right? And still get a bag, I'm all for it. That's a blessing. That's a plus, not a minus. That's right. I love when I see people getting a bag. That's right. I love to see when people get in a bag. Everybody don't like it though when people get in a bag. People hate. But see, the universe doesn't bless you when you hate like that. You'll always have misfortune come your way. That's just what I believe. If you're happy and content with what you have, you'll get more. The car you drive it like it's a Bentley. You'll get more. Trust me. I've lived a while, I know. If that's what you're into, if some people are into cars, I'm not into cars. But if you into cars, all you got to do is appreciate what you have and keep grinding. And the universe is going to bless you. And then, you know, I would get even deeper, like, but I'm not going to. But that's why when I see these players getting the bag, I love it. I love that they get in the bag. I love it because they're supposed to, because they putting their bodies on the line. You see, I'm not putting my body on the line. I'm just sitting there talking. I'm just getting my, what do you call it? I'm getting my Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant on. I'm just talking a good fight. I got that from Loaded Lux, by the way. If anybody know, you know. I'm getting my Jim Lampley on and Larry Merchant. I'm just talking. But they out there putting their bodies on the line. So they should get a bag. Let me tell you something. Listen to me. Caleb Williams. That's what I want to say. Yo, it's a rumor right now. But didn't I had said this before in a live chat. Caleb Williams' dad, he said there's no guarantee he going to the NFL. Because if he come back for his senior year, he going to make even more money. So there's no rush to go to the NFL, right? He hasn't committed. Now is a rumor that he's asking the NFL, wherever he get drafted to, I want some ownership. They're not going to give it to him. Let me tell you why. We all know the NFL is, it is. I know they get paid. Not everybody get paid though. The NFL is not equal. It's not an equal opportunity employer. You get paid according to your performance. Like if you're a regular running back, you're not going to get Christian McCaffrey money. Okay? It's not possible. But if you're good as Christian McCaffrey, you're better, you're going to get more money. Right? But you still got to put your body through a lot. How much you think the owners are making? Right? How much you think the owners are making? Let me tell you what I would do. Say if I'm good as Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, I'm going to get that guaranteed money. I'm going to play a couple years and I'm going to quit. Period. I just want the guaranteed money. I don't give a damn about the 100 million. I just want the guaranteed money, and I'm not playing that long. Period. I'm not all in. I'm all in for how much I can get, and then I'll flip the rest. Don't worry about it. A lot of these players think like that. I'm sure they do. So Caleb Williams, if it's true, that's what he want. He ain't gonna get it. But his dad also said, now this is what his dad was quoted by saying. If he doesn't like where he get drafted to, he going back to school. And he can, because look, why should he go to the NFL if he can make $10 million his senior year or $15 million his senior year? Okay, you don't want to give me ownership? Okay, me and my family, we're business people. We're going to take this to $15 million. I ain't got to work no more. The hell with your NFL. The hell with it. I already got my education, because by the time he leave there, he's going to have his degree, right? And we can take this money that we earn, start a business, and we ain't need to go to the NFL. You can keep your NFL. You can keep it. Ain't enough owners there that look like me anyway. So that you can have your NFL. That's how I see it. That's why for certain players, the NIL is benefiting them. Unfortunately, we don't live in a fair society. Everybody's not going to get paid the same. That's just the way it is. You get paid according to what you bring to the table, your services or goods you're offering, or whatever up in here. But if you're creative enough, you can fix something up in here to bring a product to the table. But so Caleb Williams, so if he stayed till his senior year, everybody already saying he's leaving his junior, he leaving. But his dad just said ain't no guarantee if he don't like where he going. Now, I am a New York Jets fan. Now, what if he go to New York Jets and he don't like the Jets? He going back to school. I'm not offended by that. I'm not like a hardcore, like, I just like the Jets. But I was saying, how did this apply to Shedeur? Because Shedeur think business like too. These kids are different. They think in business like. So, yeah, you guys are going to have to offer me some type of percentage of ownership or something. Okay, you don't want to give it to me? Okay, I already got a bag already. I'm just going to flip my bag and like that. And I retire. Wait, damn, don't you want to come to the NFL? Not really. I'll just play as a grad student and still make more money. I'm not saying that's going to happen, right? It's a rumor mill. But his dad did say that. His dad said if he don't like where he's going, we ain't leaving. We going back to school. So his dad said that. But as far as the percentage of ownership, that's rumor mill. It is. But if I'm a betting man, I think he thinks that way. I think he thinks that. I think he's not in no rush to go play for these billionaires so they can be entertained. He ain't in no rush because I'm already making the money. So, yeah, let's see. Damn, if I played in my senior year, I'm guaranteed maybe about $12, $13 million. And let's say if I shock the world and come back for be a graduate student, maybe I can make an extra 10 to 15 million. No, I ain't got to go to the NFL at that point. Bye. This is changing the game. Watch, remember I said it's going to eventually change. And the NFL going to come up with something different. They're going to have to for certain players. But you always going to have a certain amount of players that's gung-ho for the NFL. You're always going to have a certain amount. It's always every year you see the same thing. I thank God for getting drafted and blah, 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 blah. I don't think God care about no football, but that's just how I see it. But they like thank God, start crying. I mean, I guess because of the money, you think, I guess. Because it's a free bag, especially if you drafted one or two and I'm talking about the guaranteed money. If you guarantee $40 million, yeah, I might shed a tear too. I know I will be an actor because, you got to play the part. You can't be like, okay, I got the bag. And you don't want the owners to think that you're going to leave after you get the bag, right? You got to play it off. So I'd be like this. I like to thank God. They said, Max, you okay? I always want to go to the NFL. I always wanted to be a Jet. I always wanted to play for the Jets. As you see, I got this Yankee hat on. I always wanted to play for the Jets. I love the organization. The family, they're my family now. They're some good folks. Yes, they are. They're some good folks. And then once I secure the bag, okay, and I would talk to my agent. Okay, they guaranteed me $30 million. Now, what do I got to do to keep that 30 million? Okay, you got to play at least 3 years. And if I play at least 3 years, and if I happen to quit, do I still get that 30, 40 million? Yeah, you still get it. So after the third or fourth year, I have a press conference. Because if you give me 30, 40 million dollars, I ain't playing for nobody. I ain't playing football for nobody. If I know I can guarantee it, I'd be like this. I just want to say, I have other passions in life. I have other endeavors that I want to pursue. And I want to go to Bali and I want to find myself. Look, now I sound like Ricky Williams. Remember Ricky Williams? I just want to go to Bali and I just want to find myself, and I'm retiring from the sport. Well, wait a minute. You're doing well for us. It's the owners. You're doing well. I want to say in my head, I ain't studying you. But I you got to be professional. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk what's in your mind. I ain't studying what you talking about. You already gave me my money. But I'll be like this. The rigors of the NFL has taken a toll on my body. And I need time to reflect in life. Maybe I'll come back. But for right now, I'm always going to love this organization. Bullshit. Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't love you. But I'm like, I'm always going to love this organization. And I want to continue to be a pillar in the community. Okay? I want to, you gotta play it. You see what I'm saying? I can coach it. I can coach these players. And some of these players, you know what I mean? You gotta work on it. You gotta work on your presentation because that matters. You'll get more endorsements. You see what I'm saying? There's a way to talk to your homeboys, and there's a way to talk in front of that camera. You see what I'm saying? Now, in front of that camera, I'm getting my Tom Terrific on. You know what I'm saying? We got the Midas touch over here, like, come on over here, guys. You know what I mean? Like that. But that's why I be like, I am not playing no more football. Because remember, a lot of these players, they get guaranteed, the bonuses. The bonuses are guaranteed, right? But the contract is not guaranteed. So a lot of players are trying to negotiate the biggest bonus possible after their rookie contract, right? Okay, so I signed a 5-year, $70 million deal. But out of $70 million, 25 is guaranteed. If you play for a certain 3 years, okay, fine. I'm out. Once I secure that bag, do you realize they still paying Kevin Garnett? The Boston Celtics, they're still paying him. I think this is like 2024 is his last year. He's still getting paid. I think up to a couple years ago, Allen Houston, they used to play for New York Knicks. They were still paying him. He has been retired. That's what I'm talking about, But I will continue to still be a pillar in the community. But I ain't working for y'all. You ain't going to give me 25, 30 million. No, I ain't working for nobody, period. That's just how I see it. I'm be in Bali like Russell Simmons doing like this. No, I can't do that sign. I don't like that. That's that. I don't like when they throw up that sign, but I'd be like this. I'd be like, I'm on a beach trying to find myself smiling like Russell Simmons. Yeah, I'm not playing football, period. Now you give me that kind of money. I'll play long enough just to secure it, and that'll be it. Oh, I don't talk to you good folks long enough. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you. And you know how I go, man. Yeah, I just I don't know. I just like I said, you just gotta be smart in everything you do. That's all. They use you, you gotta use the system. That's how I was taught. You gotta make it work for you, man. But there's no way that I would be playing football for 10 years, risking my body, and I already got 30 in the bank. I'm gonna be out. You said, but can still love football. Yeah, I can still love watching it. Oh, especially football. You said that Uncle Sam get a bill. They send you a bill. Yeah. You have to pay taxes in every city that you play in. I mean, every state that you play in. Ain't that crazy? They get taxed heavily. So let's say if you got to play in California, then you got to play in Texas for a game to play the Cowboys. Let's say if you got to play in Virginia to play the, what they call that team now? I keep calling the Redskins, but the team from, I don't know what they call them. But you got to play them. Then you got to go to New Jersey to play the Giants, even though they're the New York Giants, but that stadium is in New Jersey. You got to pay state tax and all that. Ain't that crazy? Unless you play in Texas. I think it's the taxing. You don't have to pay state tax if you play in Texas. So yeah, the Commanders. So if you're a football player in the state of Texas, it's something about the tax you don't pay. I think it's state tax, something like that. So you're okay. But if you play at another team, yeah, the tax, Uncle Sam hits you. So of course you got to do your math, and of course you got to do things to you got to donate, do stuff to tax deductible stuff, stuff like that. You got to come up with ways to get save a little bit of tax money. You got to think of it like that too. But yeah, man, I ain't playing for nobody for no 10 years. I ain't doing it. I don't care about no Super Bowl, nothing. I don't care. We won a Super Bowl, boss? Let me stop. Let me get up out of here, man, before I start talking. I don't care. Yeah, man, I'm just, that's just how I go. I like football and stuff like that. I just seen too many 30 for 30 specials or whatever you call it, where players going broke and stuff. It's sad to watch because they put their body through a lot. And I remember this one football player, he his first check that he got, he didn't even care about taxes. He had to go out and buy him a Bentley because somebody else had a Bentley. I know a homegirl of mine, she knew some players that used to play for the Commanders. Back then it was the Redskins. She knew somebody that used to cut their hair. The barber, each team got their own barber. And did you know they working check to check? And they only get paid during the season. And what they used to do was, she said that they don't get paid in the off season. They only get paid when they play. And they used to take loans out. So they always in the hole. But it's crazy to know that, right? I have seen some NBA players back in the day. I ain't gonna say this one player, but I was at Fridays one time. This one player came in. I'm not gonna say his name. It was at one point in his career he had went broke, but now he's straight. Man, when he came in there, when I tell you he had so much jewelry on, he looking like Liberace, yo. He was shining. The lights were, it's just maybe how the lights were. He was like shining. He was shining. And he had all these guys hanging around him, looking all tough. And I'm just looking at him. He, had a fleet of, they rolled in a fleet of foreign cars, jewelry. And if you ever think about this for a second, you got all the jewelry on. If you like jewelry, then that's okay if you like jewelry. But who are you impressing with the jewelry? Have you ever thought about that? You only trying to impress people that can't get it. That's only that, but other than that, it don't mean anything. If you think about it, like, I guess if you into jewelry, if you really into jewelry, because some people are into what they into. Some people are into cars, some people are into jewelry, some people are into video games. Everybody's into something. So if you're into jewelry, I'm not knocking you. But when you rock it, listen, you do stuff because you want other people to see it, right? You want other people to see it and acknowledge you. But the top money in the country, they don't do that. The owners that you're going to be playing for one day and employed to, they got more money than you, and they don't do that. So it's crazy. If you think about it, it's crazy. We still have a lot of evolving to do. We still do. It don't make sense if you think about it. But it only makes sense if you're just into jewelry. If you're just really, really, like, you have a passion for it or something. But you got Joe Blow. Let me tell you something, right? Who would you think have the most money, especially out here? I know. A guy roll up in a gas station with a beat up pickup truck with overalls on, right? Dirty as he can be. Didn't take a bath because he'd been in the field all day. And you have somebody roll up in a Lamborghini player with all their jewelry on. Who you think got more money? The farmer or him? 9 times out of 10, it's the farmer with the beat up truck. Ain't that crazy? I don't know why, but I remember Steven Jackson, former basketball player, Steven Jackson. He had said one time when he got his house robbed, he said the robbers, they skipped all of the rich people houses in his neighborhood and went to his and robbed him because you flash your jewelry. You're the one going to get robbed as opposed to the person that be on the humble. You're a target. If you're looking like Liberace, you're going to be a target. Just like Coach Prime just said, everybody that hang around you, some of them are hungry. He said it. He said it in the, hold on. Where is it? He said it right here in this meeting. In this meeting he had, he said it to him. He said, some people you hang around are going to be hungry. So just keep that in mind. You hanging around and you flashing and all that stuff, they ain't going to like it. They hungry. So it kind of don't make sense sometimes when I see it. But then some people might just be into jewelry, though. If you into it, then that's cool. But for us young people, you're putting your body on the line and you trying to get a chance to go play for some billionaires that don't do that. Don't make sense. Who really is the man? The billionaire that's paying you, or you with all the Liberace jewels on? See, amongst people that don't know any better, they think you're the man. It's the owner. That's why we need more owners. But we're not going to have more owners because we're too busy buying the Liberace jewels. That's why. But if you're into it, you're into it, man. Some people are into fast women. You know? That's another quickest way for you to go broke. That's another quick way. You know? But I digress, man. Nobody wants to hear what I got to say. You said Ocho Cinco. He saved his money. Also, Beast Mode did too. Marshawn Lynch. But not all of them are like that. Not all players are like that. You have some that do really well. But and I'm not saying that it's, you know, you got to enjoy yourself too. Like, it's whatever you into, man. Like, if you into it, you into it. Some people got their own, whatever floats their boat. Some people are into old cars. I got a buddy that's like that, into old cars and fixing up old cars and stuff like that. And yeah. You said fast women and fast cars and everything else. Yeah, man. But it's a if you know, with some people it's just a cycle. These owners don't care. They already paid you. If you go broke, oh well. But a lot of these guys, they have a chance to I'm talking about the ones that really get the guaranteed. They really have a chance to just really kick back. But I've seen that 20 for 20 special, or 40 for 40, whatever you call it, 30 for 30. It was them cases where they went broke is crazy. One guy said, yeah, like he said, he bought a Bentley just because somebody on the team had one. He had no more money left. But anyway, I think people just like to they like to stunt around people that don't have it. I think that's the main reason why some people do it. That's why they targets. If you notice, Peyton Manning never was a target. If you notice that, why is that the case? It's all on how you live, man. That's really what it is. But I like what these players are doing, though. I like that they're getting paid, though, because the universities for many years were making money off of them. And yeah, they did. A lot of them were on scholarship, but a lot of the players are not on scholarship. Some of the players are walk-ons. You know, they're not on scholarship, a lot of the players. So, but for the players that are on scholarship, yeah, they benefited from free education, though. Free food, room and board, you know, if you stay on campus. Some universities, you have your own. I remember North Carolina was like that. The players had their own condos. So you get a lot of benefits, but I like how they have an opportunity to make some money. Because before they used to, you couldn't make any money before. But I like how they have it now. It ain't nothing wrong with cars and stuff. It depends on what you're into. Some people are just into that, you know. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I know some people that's into bikes, you know, motorcycles and stuff. So it's just, everybody got certain different interests. I'm not knocking their interests, but if you're the type of player where you buying all this flashy jewelry just to stunt around people, then it don't make sense, because the owners are not stunting. So it don't look right, but it is what it is. You said one NBA player was paying women to clean his house. Like in lingerie or something. I think I remember that. I think I remember that. It was another player. He was it JJ Redick? He made his girlfriend sign a NDA. That's crazy though. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Thanks for joining. That's a bye week, huh? So there's no game this week. But I can't wait for that UCLA game. They're gonna win that. That's my opinion on it. That's my opinion on it. It really is. They're gonna win that game. And then after that, they got 4 games left. It's crazy. The season is just season is flying by. But that's pretty much it, man. Thank y'all for joining. I will catch you guys another time, unless some news break. You know I'll be back eventually. But y'all have a good night. I'm out, y'all.